Welcome to Bob Velseb The Cannibal, the dating simulator, where yes, you can romance a cannibal. This game is a short, totally unhinged story where you have to romance Bob or freaking die. That's it. Everyone in this town is packing, and I don't know who gave the kids a freaking gun, but anyway, let's get right into it, shall we? It felt as though a blizzard had staked its claim in my mangy, pungent, run-down motel room. The unruly cold tackled me harshly, leaving my body quaking with frostbitten air seeping from my chapped lips. A curse leaves through the icy fog of my breath as my fingers fumble hopelessly with an ill-functioning heater. Tomorrow was a day of the glorious Clown Olympics. As an A-class clown, it was my starring duty to represent my beloved opulent city, Clownlanta. With this year's event being held in Clownsico City, I was ready to take on the world. Even luckier, I found a delicious meal, a motel with rooms at 69 cents per night. What a steal! My eyes wander to the window. The glass is stained with a yellowish tint, accented by unidentifiable stains that leaves me frowning in disgust. Past the grime, streaks of orange burst cross the sky, swallowed slowly by inky darkness. The sun is setting, and my stomach is growling. I forgot dinner! Oh, what do I do? Order room service, leave my room, I'ma order room service. The growls of my gnarly stomach echo from my pale body. With the sharp winds howling outside the hotel room and my lack of winter wear, I decided it was best to stay indoors. I can order a soup, maybe a fly in the middle for extra flavor. Why is that wavy? I grabbed the antiquated phone, dialing for my delicious meal. A ring and an answer. I'd have to wait 20 minutes. Doable, understandable. As I wait, I peer over into the mirror. Oh my god, I got a hell of a cake! Hello! I've seen my reflection plenty of times, but this will be the first time I will get a good look at myself. The world was more clear, revealing my reality, isolation. Usually I keep company around, but for some gnawing reason, I can never linger long with others. It was as if there was a hole in my memory. Events seemed to fly by, or rewind. As if my life is a series of events that repeat over and over, in different amusing ways for an audience. Of course, that would just be clownery in a nutshell. A knock. Who is this? Hello? My attention moves away from my visage and towards the door. Upon opening, I was greeted by the delivery guy. He was tall and picturesque. I got a soup from the soup store. Standing before me was the gorgeous brunette. His lids drooped slightly with a beautiful dash of black mascara. His lashes long, feminine. Contrasting this was his large body and scruffs of hair on his chin. His pompadour especially caught my attention, perfectly trimmed and shaped. In another lifetime, I would have sought out to date this man. And another man with blackened eyes. And a woman with lilac hair. So are you gonna take your soup? Date me? Date me! Date me! No. Wait, where did that gun come from? Shooting my shot seems to have failed this time, as I was the one getting shot quite literally. As the bullet races through my chest, I can only think about how sexy he was. Maybe in another life, but probably not, depending on how much more suffering I can endure. Ricochet into your heart and hello? Okay, so what if I just take the soup? My stomach groans once more. My neglect is apparent to both myself and the tired yet beautiful man before me. Woefully, I nodded, ending what little time I had with this delicate creature. He leaves, and I eat my soup. Or at least that was the plan. In the center of my bowl... Wait, what? Hello? In the center of my bowl, floating along the broth, was not a delicious bug, but a clown. One familiar in shape that drilled a hole into my head that unleashed memories not meant for this world. The surprise makes me drop the bowl, my mouth agape in both a mix of horror and something more, something evil. My reflection in the broth, a familiar face. Myself, but also not. Myself, in another time, in another game. As I gazed at my former life, my skin began to crawl. As if a flurry of ants swarmed my skin, pressing their bites down, draining the life of me, as my skull is racked to and fro with sirens. The ringing becomes louder and louder, the nausea setting in as my heart pounds in the cage of my chest. My breathing became hoarse, and I begin to panic. Suddenly, a familiar second figure looms behind me. His badge sparkles slightly in the darkness. His disgusting scent of honey looms nearby. Just like old times. The cycle never ends. Why am I shut again? Hello? Alright, fine. I won't be a shut-in. I'm just gonna leave my room. Why? Hello there. As I left my room, I seemed to have stumbled upon my neighbor, Bob Velseb. He was huge in more ways than one. His hair was dark and inky black that matched the bags that surrounded his eyes. He looked kinda weird though. I rubbed my eyes. What? No, go back! Go back! Yeah, much better. You alright? As I ignored Bob's question and the foul odor that left his mouth, I wondered whether or not I should be friendly. Yes, no, just leave? As much as I want to say yes, I'm gonna say no. I'm just gonna leave. Admittedly, this is no way a clown should behave, but alas, I wanted to leave Bob's presence. My hunger outweighed my other desires. As I wandered to another part of the building, I heard the soft sounds of a party. I love parties. I decided to crash it, cause why not, right? I'm a clown. People hire party clowns. Most importantly, parties had food. Unfortunately, it seems that they were not at all impressed. A range of emotions can be felt across the room. Most sour, not charmed by my clownliness. Worse yet, there was no food, just a tiny little something in a jar. They looked awful familiar. Not Peggy 13, perhaps from another universe. I can only feel the aching sensation in my gut that screams at me to run, yet I stay planted due to fear. Of course! Where did the gun come from? As they all aimed their singular giant gun at my face, I can only think of what gods I've angered that caused me to get such pitiful luck. Well, I guess my stomach won't be growling anymore as I eat lead. Party with a bang and hello? So, my guess is that I'm not doing okay, so I'm just gonna say no, I'm not okay. Despite the universal clown greeting being that I do a sick flip on my clown-approved skateboard, I decided to be a bit flippant and give the man a normal greeting. How's your night going? I asked, unlike a clown. How dull. Not too bad. Say, remind me again, what's your name? My name, it's Lion. Cool. Want to know a neat fact, Lion? Yeah, I know he wants to share it, but it would be so funny to say no. It would be so funny. I'ma say no. Well, alright then. I sighed, thankful that the interactions didn't devolve into a series of horrible events that will end in various and comedic amounts of tragedies. However, I was soon proven wrong! The bang! My poor clown body, slain so brutally with lead into my primary organ. As I hacked out blood, I watched as my assailant bust out in an entertaining display of dominance. Bob breakdances and hello! Okay, fine, I'm gonna hear your fun fact. Did you know, humans and clowns have very similar tastes? I felt my blood run cold. Part of it was because of the lack of air conditioning affected the entire building, but also, the man was staring me down like I was a 5-course meal. I did what any normal person would do. Run! What With my super clown abilities, I managed to dodge and weave through the city this hotel resided in. It was weird to say the least. I felt a large amount of foreboding as I scurried through the streets on all fours. The man was gaining on me though, and I knew I had to think fast. Where do I go? Graveyard, caddy shop, alley. I'm gonna go to the residential house with the unlocked door. It's not the first place I typically go to, but the door was unlocked and I needed a place to hide in. Unsurprisingly, my intrusion was met with a screaming woman? Can everyone stop going into my house unprompted? Standing before me was a beautiful woman with violet hair. Should I say something? Yeah. Using my cool clown skills, I quickly explained things. My name is Lion, I'm a clown Olympian. Part of my intrusion, I was running away from a serial killer. Really? I've also been chased by a serial killer. She seems unusually calm about this. But he was thrown into jail. I called the cops and everything. Is there another killer in town? There was a crazy doll my son had that tried to kill me recently. I know the words coming out of her mouth were concerning, but I was immediately distracted by the stench of fast food mixed with death. I'm here to give you the... He paused, giving me a deafening stare. He was mortifying to look at, but the uniform kept me from buckling away in fear. He felt familiar. I wonder if events played out differently. There would have been moments where I saw him in a graveyard. My thoughts were soon interrupted by the scent of garlic, mixed with delicious weenies. Get out of my ex's house, Lion! Because of your idiocy, I'm stuck selling hot dogs! I had no idea what this zombie was talking about. Suddenly, I felt myself thrown out. Well, that was easy. Don't be so glum. Brighten up. Anyways, I'm switching my methods up, Lion. Death by spray paint. Do you like it? No? Screw you, then! He didn't give me a chance at giving my opinion before spraying my face of alcoholic and cyanide-based paint. It tasted delicious, actually. That was until I tasted the faintest hint of candy. Oh no! My weakness! My face contorted into a shriveled frown. My lungs began to constrict, aching, pulsing. This was worse than a gunshot. My allergy finally killed me! As I writhed in pain, Bob left, clapping his hands together, as if wiping off the dust of his deeds. It was admirable, really. Too bad I was his victim. Shot by the spray end. Well, god damn it. So what if I didn't say anything? I was unable to make my case. Bang! Why? Why does everyone in this town have a gun? Oh well, at least she was hot. Lila's gun and hello. Well, what if it was the kids instead? What if it were like screaming children? Whoa, a real clown. What about Mr. Clown? Yeah, but this is a real clown. I was unable to understand who this other clown they were referring to. After all, the Clown Olympics was tomorrow. But my mind wasn't focusing on fellow clowns. I was still running from the big guy, and I didn't want to get these kids involved. Unfortunately, my days as a professional clown did not prepare me to talk to children in a normal way. We perform clown tricks for kids, after all. As I began to open my mouth, the children interrupted me immediately. Tell us a joke! Yeah, tell us a joke! Joke about Spooky Month? I looked at their Halloween costumes. Ah, yes. Spooky Month, as the kids these days call it. Before I could open my mouth, however, 2 cops entered the home. Hey, a neighbor called saying an intruder entered your home. Oh my god, another clown! What, bang? Seriously, Jack? Again? It must have been divine punishment to be killed like this. I was going to just about Spooky Month. It was my fate. At the very least, the kids seemed to be entertained as my confetti blood popped out of my body as if I was a piñata. Pop says the cop and... God damn it. What if I joke about clowns? I told the kids a thrilling and ancient joke about clown economics and culture. A classic comedic jest understood by all men. Unfortunately, the children were unamused. Bang! The children pulled out a water gun on me, but that wasn't the worst part. No. Besides a soggy outfit, a hermit crab within the gun lodged its way into my throat. My consciousness faded as the violent crustacean prodded and poked at my windpipes. Soon, my life was extinguished, but at least the children were entertained. I guess. Crabby and... God freaking damn. You know, I feel like all of this could have been avoided if I just said yes to, to being okay. I'm gonna go to the alley. Surely, a deep, dark alley, trapped between 3 buildings paired with the stench of trash, blood, and other bodily fluids is a great place to hide in. Or that's what I assumed until I saw him, Clown L. Jones IV. Oh, how I hate him! Back off, Lion. This is my turf. I scoffed. How dare this wannabe washout insult me? I am a prize clown who graduated clown college with honors, and him? Just some hack who did some unauthorized clowny things to get his power. Probably isn't even a real clown. I've seen him with the mayor. Wearing yellow and glasses and kissing cops like a fake. I didn't back off. No, I approached him. Oh, you're approaching me. I can't beat you up unless I get any closer. With that, we engaged in a deadly battle of wit and bloodshed. A battle between 2 glorious creatures, using only our claws, teeth, and other bodily appendages. I had won, biting down on his pinky finger on his left hand. His weak point, however, that was met with his gun! Why does the clown have a gun? Why? I couldn't believe it. Or at least, I wish I could say I couldn't. But I knew this fake clown would stoop to such humanly devices. As my last breath sank into the cold night, I saw Mr. Clown waving goodbye at me, shedding a single tear. Goodbye, Lion. Cheating clown, and what do you mean cheating clown? You know, I know they meant that the clown cheated by pulling out an actual freaking gun and all that, but I like to imagine that that Mr. Clown over there basically cheated on us. But anyway, candy shop. The delicate scent of sweets plagued my nose. They're still using the handbag shop background, hello? I abhor candy, but perhaps Bob does too. I ran inside, coming face to face with a weird, stoned man-thing. The wretched scent of candy permeated off this man. He couldn't help it as an employee, but the saturating stench burned my nostrils. It filled me with an intense rage even. Dude, are you even a real clown? No. Even with the threat of a giant serial killer behind me, I was just too hateful of the idea of candy. I wanted to leave immediately and lied. The candy kid looked disappointed, but I wasn't as I skedaddled out of the building. Don't forget about me, Lion. The chase was back on! I continued scurrying through the streets, my poor little clown legs trying their best to hold on as I rushed further and further away from the red man. Eventually, I fell through a hole, deeper and deeper, until the red man was out of sight. It felt like a dream, almost, as the darkness enveloped me in this near-calming isolation. But the deeper I went, the colder it got. Soon I found myself in a void, with 2 horrifying beings facing me. So, you've arrived. My memories were faint, but this being was so familiar. For your crimes against clownery, we have forced you to become a clown. Not to mention your crimes against Beppy the Clown, you poor, poor sinner. This is your punishment. You are to be in this realm and die 90% of the time. The remaining 10% is but a simple win to make you yearn for what little happiness you can achieve. Plus, it is funny. So yeah, I had no idea what these 2 monsters were talking about. Maybe I would understand better if I played Beppy the Clown, the dating simulator, but that game was just as incomprehensible as this one. Was this really my fate? To dance as a puppet for people's entertainment, all because I killed a sexy clown? Life was unfair. Anyway, back to the beginning with you. Bye-bye, Lion. That was a plot? Kinda? But what? So what if I said, yeah, I am a clown? Despite the scent of the man making me want to plunge into a tub of acid, I heaved, forcing a smile. I nodded, giving the tired creature a thumbs up. Awesome. He truly didn't do anything wrong, yet my surroundings only ignited my fury even further. My gut twisted, and there was nothing more I wanted to do than to destroy the entire store, my face twisting into an amalgamation of hatred. The poor employee noticed. In an effort to mediate things, he unwittingly pulled out a piece of candy. Ah! Dude, you need to, chill. You want a gummy bear? A gummy bear? No. I hate gummy bears! The thought of a gummy bear even made me feel even more bitter, and I was unable to hold myself back as I lunged forward. Bang! Okay, I am not letting any more supernatural creatures screw with me, especially on New Year's. As the light left my eyes, a shrill voice echoed into my head. But the voice was inaudible, rocketing against my mind, like a bunch of flies buzzing around a corpse. I grit my teeth, my hands clamping down my chest as I finally drew my last breath. Perhaps it was for the best. After all, killing an innocent over candy would not have looked good on my clown conscience. Maybe. Kevin's self-defense and... what? Okay, final place to visit, it's the graveyard. Instinctively, I dashed to the safest place to go when a cannibalistic murderer is on your tail, a scary, foreboding graveyard. I zigzagged through the headstones, but I could only go so far. I tripped over the ghost of Abraham Lincoln, rolled through a field of thorns, continued tumbling through a river of piranhas before landing squarely on a normal-looking grave. My body is riddled with spikes, prickling me in all sorts of places. Water bogged me down, my clothes heavy. A groan left my lips, followed by a loud yelp as I felt the sensation of fingers digging out the wet soil behind me. As my eyes turned to face the being behind me, I was met with a terrifying image. A decomposing human with a speech bubble atop their body, spelling the word, Dad. How horrifying! The putrid scent of decay clung to my nostrils. My two stomachs churned, coiling like a mice caught into each other in a death spiral. I kept myself from allowing any trickle of food I had left in my body, a small bite of chorizo clinging onto my windpipes for dear life. Dude, can you get off my grave? It spoke in a tongue I could not understand. I tried to read the text in front of their text box, but it was incomprehensible. The font was too confusing, too foreign. My heart raced against my ribs, threatening to tear out of my chest. My body was paralyzed. A zombie was one thing, but one that spoke, especially with an eerie voice. I felt like a dog leashed to a pole. Can you not read? Hello? The zombie made strange motions with its hands, as if casting some sort of incantation. It let out a breathy sigh as I continued to stay put, my legs jelly, as they refused to let me escape. Another minute passes and... Bang! I was just standing there! Where did you get that from? To be fair, I did warn you. What a way to die. Killed by the undead. Actually, that's a trope in horror movies, isn't it? I collapsed, feeling the life leave as my eyes wandered to some peculiar-looking stars in the sky. Huh. Weird. Skidad shoots you and hello? Alright, time to actually romance Bob Velseb. I'ma say yes. I'm okay. As a clown, I greeted him as any clown would. I pulled out my skateboard and did a laser flip. My blonde wig stayed on my scalp skillfully, as I skillfully avoided bashing my head against the ceiling and skillfully landed onto the crusty, stained carpet floor. I was rather skillful about it, and he seemed to notice, but didn't skillfully return the favor, and grunts approvingly instead. How rude! Amazing laser flip. Never seen anything like it. I sighed. At least he recognized my raw, impressive clown skills. Pardon me, but what was your name again? It's Lion. Ah, Lion. Beautiful name. Well, I got places to be. See you later, maybe. But before the large man could leave, I reached for his brilliant crimson sweater that had the aroma of tenderized meat. My eyes sparkled as I spoke honeyed words to him. Whoa, wanna go to the Clown Olympics? Ah, no, I apologize. A friend of mine was banned, actually. He'd be awfully upset if I attended. I sighed. Maybe things were too good to be true. But nonetheless, I forced myself to sleep well tonight. Tomorrow was going to be amazing. And it was! I won the Clown Olympics with bronze at tap dancing with hamsters, a very difficult sport. The crowd in front of me cheered, and I could have never been more beloved. Maybe I didn't need a date after all, just the admiration of clown lovers alike all around the world. Best N! Yippee! So, wanna go on a date? Bob Velseb, what is this? What's with his face? Hello? Bob Velseb stared at me for a moment, his dark eyes boring into my soul, as if I said something incredulous. My heart began racing, my head spinning, my legs becoming noodles, and any other simile that describes nervousness. After a long, awkward 13 minutes, he smiled. Alright. See you at Creative Commons license restaurant image? 7:36 p.m. sharp. Although it would have been more exciting to go together, I assumed the tall man had to attend to some business. In his absence, I went to the restaurant and waited. The atmosphere was pleasant enough, albeit quiet. After an hour, Bob arrived. You're early. Bob looked phenomenal, so my vision was blurred from the wine.jpg I've been pressing against my lips the entire time. Just gotta rub my eyes again. Oh, come on! Perfect! I couldn't wait. I wanted to see you as soon as I could. Why, you're a romantic, aren't you? What, where am I? It was a delightful night. The music was gentle, soothing, as we enjoyed each other's company and the delicious .png foods. With such a delightful atmosphere, the setting was perfect. This is gonna sound a little crazy, but you look so cute. I just want to eat you up. I thank him. He said quite the lovely pickup line, and I had an etiquette, so of course I thanked him. He gave me a smile, purring softly like a large cat. Come with me. I want to show you something. As we left the restaurant, he took me to Dolphin Beach. There was a nostalgic atmosphere to it that made me uncomfortable, and yet I couldn't help but hold his hand tighter. Oh my God! Noting my discomfort, Bob took my hand. His lips were soft, tenderly kissing the top of my fingers. It was a sweet gesture, but it would have been even sweeter if he didn't look at me with that strange glint in his eye. I should have known better. The red flags were all there. He is a cannibal after all, but I stayed put, my heart racing. Which was a mistake. Damn my hand! My whole ass arm! I couldn't believe it! My date bit my arm clean off! Sorry, darling. The PNG meals weren't enough. What a horrible ending! I disagree. This is the perfect ending for me. Bob's perfect date then. No! Sweet! Okay, finally, let's go ahead and smooch Bob. Y'all are gonna hate this. The romantic tension was high as I started to lean in, my lashes fluttering at his lidded gaze. Our fingers touched so delicately and gently. I leaned forward, closing my eyes. Oh my God! It was a kiss to remember. His lips were so plush and smooth. Not even a single chapped skin. The smell of blood was there, but I just ignored it. No need to make things awkward while our tongues smooshed together. Bob Kissy end. And we got all the endings. Okay. So that was Bob Velseb The Cannibal, the dating simulator. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And I guess like what's different aside from like the GUI changes, like they did add like a couple of new art and like some new routes as well, which is pretty interesting and very meta, but I enjoyed it and I hope you guys did too. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion signing off. Ciao.